Yeah, oh, I just, I came here to place a bet.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come!
Hello guys, and today we are going to defend the Mario movie. I've always been excited for this movie ever since it got announced. I've always wanted Mario movies. Pratt did a good job as Mario here. Everyone did a great job, especially Jack Black's Bowser, including his song notes. All that was missing was the Smash Mouth montages. Mario's character is really good in this movie. I love the brotherly bond between him and his brother Luigi. That brotherly bond carries the whole movie. I just love that. Like Full Metal Alchemist. I love what his dad tells him about his brother, how this is both Mario and Luigi's career. I just wish it was explored more in the games. Luigi was also really good in this movie. I honestly liked his character. I liked how he tried to cheer up his brother. I like how he supports him. Princess Peach is not a damsel in distress anymore, that she's actually very useful. I kind of like that. It's happened before, but it's acknowledged a lot more here. I just like her character. She's very cute. I honestly like how her relationships develop throughout the movie, especially with Mario. I like her voice actor in English, but I would have rather had Terry Mills, who plays Alice, Amelia, Takashi, and Runa. Toad was good. I have nothing to say about him. Like the hat. I think Donkey Kong was translated very well into this medium. Honestly, I wish I had more references to the movie Pixels. I still picture him as Donkey Kong, even though Seth Rogen is just using his normal voice. I like his relationship with Mario and how it develops throughout the movie. Reminded me of Goku and Vegeta. Jack Black's Bowser is one of the best parts in this movie. He's like the Ryuk to Mario's Death Note, or Jet Black's to the Netflix Cowboy Bebop's Mario. His character reminded me a little bit of Vicious from the Netflix Cowboy Bebop, but if it were more comedic. I love how his main motivation is to marry Peach because he's got a boner for her, rather than just being a one-dimensional piece of shit. Now let's talk about how they adapt the original story from the games. After some Nintendo Mario-themed logos, Bowser kicks the plot in the ass, arriving at the Ice Kingdom with his whole army. And I love the certain rankings for his empire, especially for his manservants. Kamek. Bowser steals a superstar and says a much better line. Then we cut to the Mario Bros commercial with a ton of references. Early on we get my favourite reference, and that is the Donkey Kong arcade game with the title Jumpman to reference Mario's original name. We have a cameo of the original Mario voice actor, but also he's the Mario from the original live-action Mario Brothers movie. Luigi's phone starts making the GameCube music when he's about to call someone. I like how the icon here shows a unknown Wii avatar. After their boss disrespects them for working on their own, they Fantastic Mr. Fox themselves to their next gig, and I respect that they're trying to make their own business. They end up failing miserably. They arrive home, and I just love this scene. The dad, who's also voiced by Mario's original voice actor, berates Mario, saying that he's not just in control of his future career, but also Luigi's future career. Mario, while depressed, plays a little bit of Nintendo, while his brother tries to cheer him up. I just love this scene. And Luigi's my favourite character. Now this part reminds me of the Lego movie just a little bit because I have the same voice actor. Now, Mario and Luigi find out that there is some sort of flood that's taking over the city just a little bit. So, the duo head out to try and fix the plumbing. After some nice Easter eggs, end up finding a green pipe tunnel. Both Mario and Luigi fall into it and start travelling between different universes. They both get separated, where Luigi goes to the Darklands and Mario goes to the Mushroom Kingdom. I honestly love when a main character travels from their normal world to this new mystical world, or game world, I guess. Mario wakes up and meets Toad, who is passable for this movie. They talk about Luigi's condition, so then they head off to the Mushroom Kingdom. Next up, we see Luigi enter the Darklands. He fights off a bunch of Koopa skulls, and then he ends up in this mansion, which is a reference to Luigi's mansion. He ends up running into these things with masks, and then it just cuts to black. Then Bowser gets answers out of him, and then he's sidelined for the rest of the movie. I'm honestly conflicted about it because he's my favourite character. Get this nice scene where Mario and Toad are exploring throughout the whole city in order to get to the Kingdom Palace. The way they used the elements of the games with the mystery boxes, coins, and pipes, including the style of the world and the characters, just look beautiful. Eventually, Mario ends up at the palace and eventually meets Peach. Honestly loved their interaction, and especially what she thinks of him at the start. The council hologram shows all the locations, including a Nintendo remote, specifically N64, and I thought of a really good idea about where the main characters travel through each level, through each world, with all those boss fights, like in the game. I love seeing the training obstacles with all its visuals and music, especially with the theme of repetition. It's nice seeing the characters train up further and further, but my only issue is after that meaningful chat she had with Mario, which is actually really good, we don't see Mario actually succeed one last time after that chat in the morning. Enough about that, they decide to embark on their journey to recruit the Donkey Kong army from their kingdom. Honestly, I would have liked to see the whole level world part, but the montages are still good, and especially those nice shots. They have a bonfire of dreams moment from Berserk, but I really wish we saw Mario in a flame suit. And I enjoy this portion of the movie where they both talk to each other about the universe and her backstory. We abruptly get the Peaches song. Bowser starts singing about Peaches and about his dying love for her. I just can't respect his pervy side. Kind of reminds me of Denji from Chainsaw Man. The gang ends up at Donkey Kong's kingdom, and Mario has to win against the next heir, which is Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong. They both have to fight in this arena that takes a little bit of inspiration from the original Donkey Kong level with all the red steel beams. Even though Seth Rogen is just using his normal voice, he still does a serviceable job as Donkey Kong and gets the character right mostly. I'm also okay with him looking a little bit like a blue ape from Horton Hears a Who. Easter eggs here and there, Donkey Kong starts to get the upper hand until plot armor reasons Mario becomes a cat and eventually defeats him. They venture to the car warehouse, building their own cars. I love that the trio build their own cars in the style of the video game. I like seeing the team's vehicles here. They find a shortcut racing level back to the Mushroom Kingdom. And then the Koopa Troopers show up and then they have a little battle. The bridge is blown in pieces. Our main characters end up going to the Mushroom Kingdom except Mario and Donkey Kong, who are now swallowed by an Amari, and then have an Amari level later on. Honestly, I would have liked to have more story in between this part and the next part, them going through levels and boss fights. After some suspenseful roleplay, Peach inevitably surrenders to Bowser and will allow him to marry her. After their water level, both of them use one of the gaming techniques to get out with one of Donkey Kong's barrels. Now we cut to the wedding where Peach is plotting some backup plans. She ends up freeing herself and using the ice plants. Donkey Kong uses the fire plant, which is really good. Mario uses a big mushroom, and the songs were really well emulated. They replicate a bit of the gameplay and the 2D platforming. Mario eventually uses his raccoon power-up and then saves Luigi. A giant missile is shot by Bowser, and Mario leads it to the portal from the beginning. It explodes and sends everyone back to Earth, including Bowser. I would have liked more chemistry between Bowser and Mario, but I still like the connections they have throughout the movie. Anyway, he beats the shit out of Mario. Mario and Luigi end up receiving the star, and then they both go God mode on Bowser. Bowser ends up shrinking, and then everything's restored. They're praised as the Super Mario Brothers, and they both decide to live in the Mushroom Kingdom. We get a post-credits scene with Bowser, and then we get another post-credits scene teasing the sequel, giving us more hope. The story was almost perfect and very fun for me. 4 out of 5. I had really high expectations for this movie, but this movie satisfies me enough. But more importantly, I still want my season 2 of Netflix's Cowboy Bebop. I'm sorry about the 3-week long hiatus. I needed the time so I can make this video as best as I could. And as always, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe, share, like, and comment.
No. Spike Spiegel. Not anymore.
Yes, you are. You're Spike, Cowboy, bounty hunter for hire. Wake up! I have a job for you.